Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy, Two Phones, back again with another informative video. Today, I'm giving you my real initial full review of the Sony Xperia XA2 Ultra. Now, this device has a 6-inch screen display with 1080p resolution. Also comes with a big battery of 3600 milliamps, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it also has Snapdragon 630 with 2.3 gigahertz processor. So that means a lot to some people. Some people it may not, but the RAM, that's what matters in Android. All right. Also, it has 32 gigabytes onboard storage, and you can expand it up to a 400 gigabyte micro SD card. There is no dual SIM support, so you can only use one SIM at a time, included with the micro SD card slot. You can use T-Mobile network or AT&T network on this device. The cameras are rear 23 megapixels on the rear, one single lens. But on the front, you have dual lenses, which one is 8 megapixels with the 120-degree wide angle view for the best selfie possible. And then the other one is 16 megapixels OIS stabilization. All right, so just make that consider that once you decide to purchase this device, this smartphone. It has USB Type-C, but it does not include a fast charging adapter. You have to get a separate one. I'm not sure why Sony did that, but that's a lot of people say that's a downside. So I've been charging it up with my Motorola turbocharger, and it's been charging very fast and rapidly. The cable is perfectly fine. It's still USB 3.0 Type-C. Let's see what else we can do with this device. Fingerprint. As a fingerprint scanner, it's not the fastest on the market. Of course, this is a mid-range device, something you have to really consider when you're purchasing a smartphone, whether you want a low-budget phone, mid-range, or the highest end of the highest end. Now, this is coming with Android 8.0 out the box, and you get December security patch, which is the latest from Sony. Now, Sony has their own software on here, which is called the Xperia software. So if you're used to stock Android, it's a little off on the stock Android. It's close to stock as possible, but it does have Sony software on it. And if you're not fond of that, you can always download a Novo launcher or some type of Android launcher to give you that stock field experience. Now, I know a lot of people on YouTube or online say they don't care about stock Android, but as soon as they upload a Novo launcher, oh, it works better. Oh, it's greater. Oh, it's faster. But I'm sticking with the Sony Xperia software, and I like it. I like it. They also include themes, wallpapers, icon packs already built in to this smartphone. So that's something else you want to consider when using the Sony Xperia XA2 Ultra. Now, the screen itself is very vivid. They have different options. They have different color settings as well with the display, so you can make it pop out to you the best way possible. Now, for the battery life, I don't know if anyone seen my previous videos or screenshots, but I've been averaging over 8.5 hours of screen on time using this device, even though it doesn't have like the hugest battery, amps out there. It has, like I said, it's 3600 milliamps. And just recently, I've reached over 11 hours of screen on time, mainly in YouTube Music. I've done a lot of video watching in Sony Crackle app. I've done a lot of video watching in Amazon Prime Video app. I also done calls and texts. I did a Google Duo video chat with a few of my friends. So the battery did not drain as I thought it would versus a Moto E5 Plus, which is it's not really a comparison, considering once again this is on the Snapdragon 630 with 2.3 gigahertz processor. So that's something you have to consider once again when you're buying it. Now, for the cameras, once again, The selfie game is all in Sony Xperia XA2 Ultra. I think this is the only device that they put out with dual front facing cameras and flash. Now, I really haven't done any tests with the flash, but during daylight, it's boss. All right, during daylight compared to all the phones I've used, it's on point. Video quality goes all the way up to 4K, I think 30 frames per second, 4K on the rear, which is a 23 megapixel camera. There's really nothing special with the 23 megapixels. On the rear side, it's really like average, but the video stabilization is decent. Sometimes you can tell that the Sony camera is like trying to focus on like a particular object in the video. You can go back to my videos on my YouTube channel. I'll put the links in the description box. But you can tell that it was focusing, trying to focus real hard on certain objects in the video. So if that's a real big issue, then if you don't like that, you might want to stay away from the phone, because that's one gripe about it, that it doesn't really focus as well versus as all the other smartphones from 2018. But that's besides the point. Once again, for people that are looking for the best selfies in the game, for the price, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. For the price, this will have to be on your top. This has to be on the top for the price range. It has to be on the top of your list. Now, for gaming is decent. All right, the game is good enough. You can game without worrying about your battery draining, anything like that. PUBG works on the lowest performance settings. So if you want high performance, I say skip out on the Sony Xperia XA2 if you're looking for high performance. But PUBG does work on the Sony Xperia XA2 Ultra. Now, Fortnite, there might be a way to get around with Fortnite. I haven't found the APK yet to, get it to work on here, but Sony recommended that this is not the phone for Fortnite. But PUBG does work. Asphalt works perfectly fine. Also, one PlayStation game I've been playing that has great graphics for this device is called Run Sackboy Run. All right, so it's like a Temple Run type game, a Super Mario Run type game, and it plays phenomenally. I have to say the 1080p screen on this smartphone has got to be one of the best phones, one of the best displays that I've used to view movies, to watch YouTube videos, and things in that sort. The audio department is decent. Now, this is one gripe I know a lot of you all are going to hate. There is no dual speaker setup. But it makes up for the headphone jack. There is a headphone jack, and I've been using my Sony headphones on this device. And they have new features. They have new features called DSEEHX, and it basically upgrades the quality of a low-res audio. So low-res audio, whether it's your music or whether it's a movie or something that's been distorted or something, it upgrades it to high-res. All right, so you won't have any issues listening to the bass line of your favorite hip-hop music or your favorite trance music, electro, whatever type of music you like with that bass. Once you got some good quality headphones, it's a go. All right, so it also has Clear Audio Plus. Now, you can only use this without the headphones, but you can also use it with the headphones. It's just if you want it with that one speaker on the bottom, which I still don't like that placement because it depends on how you hold the phone. If you hold the phone like this, it's perfectly fine. But if you're going to have to hold your phone with two hands, then that's the issue I'm having with. But other than that, the speaker quality on the bottom is decent enough. It's a mid-range device. You expect it from a mid-range line of smartphones. So this is a decent smartphone. Like I said, the pricing. Now the pricing, this is what we're going to get into, guys. The pricing is between $199 and $249, depending on your setup. Now with B&H, I think they have it for $219, no taxes, no fees. You just pay $219 with free shipping. You can order it right online. You can go to Best Buy in store. They have a special right now. You can get the Sony Xperia XA2 Ultra for $199 with a new line of service with AT&T postpaid plan. Now, if you don't want to do that quote-unquote contract cell phone plan, then you will have to pay upfront $249.99 for this device. Now, is this the best device in the $200 to $250 range? That varies on what you want. Now, the things it does not include is wireless charging. I know, right? Wireless charging. Why are we talking about wireless charging in 2019? I have no idea, but obviously it's still a big part of people. People still want wireless charging in their smartphones. I have no idea why. I can live without it. Once again, this phone got me 11 hours of screen on time. It lasts more than a day of usage. So I don't need wireless charging in a smartphone. Another thing it's missing is Face ID. Now, a lot of people might hate that. A lot of people might dislike my video because this phone does not have Face ID. But it does have a fingerprint sensor. It's not the best. It's not the fastest, but it gets the job done. All right. Now, another thing a lot of people might not like, no water resistance on this smartphone. If you got a case, got a screen protector, you should be A-okay. All right. As long as you have a screen protector and phone case, you should be okay. It should be well enough protected. I mean, I don't understand why people want to go in the rain with a smartphone. Why people want to go underwater with a smartphone. I guess you want to swim with dolphins. But that's besides the point. Okay? Once again, a lot of people might dislike that it does not have dual speakers. A lot of people might dislike this phone because it's not dual SIM supported. All right, but this is the thing, guys. If AT&T or T-Mobile, Cricket, Metro, Google Fi, whatever phone service, Mint Mobile, whatever phone service, Simple Mobile, you ought to have all these carriers out here that run on T-Mobile or AT&T. As long as T-Mobile, AT&T is running great in your area, in your city, this phone is perfectly fine. Call quality is clear, all right? It's crystal clear on the Sony Xperia XA2. I'm only talking about my experience. I can't talk about what everybody else is witnessing and things in that sort. So I'm only talking about my experience with the smartphone. Now, another thing, like I said, I tested Google Fi. You can check out my video, my previous video. I'll leave a link in the description. I've done some speed tests. I'm getting decent speeds here in the house. So LTE Plus gets you 300 megabytes per second. Now, the max of LTE Plus on Snapdragon 630 will give you 300 megabytes down. So if that's not enough, I don't know what is enough for you. I mean, I understand a lot of people want the fastest is everything. But what if your area doesn't even get over 200 megabytes per second? Or what if T-Mobile is not that great in your area? You can't be mad, okay? You go take that up with T-Mobile. Now, one thing it's missing is band 71. Now, if you live in a rural area, band 71 is not included on the Sony Xperia. I don't know if that's going to be included in the next software update. We'll have to talk to Sony about that. Hit them up on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, what have you. But that, I mean, if you think about it, this is one of the best budget phones, mid-range phones that you can find right now today. As of 2019, the first full week of 2019, there's really no real new 2019 smartphones available right now. So people are still, trying to figure out what was the best 2018 smartphone or flagship phone. And to be honest, there have been a lot. All right, there have been a lot of smartphones in 2018 that wiped the floor with certain phones. But I must say, if you're looking for a selfie smartphone, the Sony Xperia XA2 Ultra is the phone for you. If you're looking for a phone with nice, decent RAM, 4 gigabytes of RAM, the Sony Xperia XA2 Ultra is for you. If you're looking for something with a big screen, the Sony Xperia XA Ultra is for you. So, I mean, all this, and good battery life. Good battery life. This is what we're talking about. This is what we need more in smartphones. Battery life, good performance, nice speeds, great service, great connection. I don't know why people are sleeping on Sony. I don't know why they skipped over on Sony, but I just broke it down to you to a T, guys. It's one of the best. It's definitely comparable to the Motorola phones. I know a lot of people might, diss Motorola. Nokia is the next in line I would recommend if you're not wanting to spend $250. You can definitely get a Nokia 6.1 for like $179. Runs on the same processor, but the downside is the screen and RAM. Once again, if that's what matters, then you need to consider the Sony Xperia. But like I said, there are a lot of phones out there in the market right now in the US that is in the same price range, the spec line of the Sony Xperia. But from my experience, I would have to put Sony Xperia XA2 on the top of the list, even with the battery life. All right, so this is my full take on the full review of the Sony Xperia XA2 Ultra. There are more likes than dislikes to me. The main points is the headphone jack, the screen, the RAM, the processor, the performance. These are my main, and I do like the selfie camera. I do love the selfie camera. You can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I've got plenty of pictures and photos of me taking selfies with the Sony Xperia. Probably the most I've taken on a smartphone, period. So, all right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did I cover everything that you wanted to know about the Sony Xperia XA Ultra 2? And what I liked and what I didn't like. What would you like to see me do more of? Please drop those comments in the comment section. Thanks again for watching this full review. This is my first smartphone review of 2019. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, it's your boy, Two Phones. I'm out.